Okay. Would anyone like to take me through how to do this one? Elaine. So you start out with 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 7 centigrams, and you make your cross T. Now what do you do? King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, since this is SI to SI question. All right, good. So now we need to put some numbers down. First of all, what unit goes down on the bottom in the denominator of the next fraction? No, which unit? Which unit are you trying to get rid of? Very good. So that way they cross out, which means that when you multiply it through, you'll have what unit on top? Okay, so now we need to figure out what numbers go on here. And that's what we need this chart for. Okay, so who is the highest prefix on here? Kilo or centi, Elaine? So automatically that gets a 1. So 1. Now to find how many times bigger it is, D, you can do the next one. Okay, so what do, Elaine? So yes, and every time you hop, what do you multiply by? Okay, so 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. 100,000. Okay, so using your calculator, what is 567,987 divided by 100,000? Because we don't like numbers that have no units, do we? Do you remember this from Friday? Yep. Okay, so now the next set that we're going to do may be either easier or harder. They are going to be SI to English or English to SI. Okay? So these you need to add. I know that in your notes, I may not have fixed this at that point, so you need to add these to the back of your notes. Make this 10A, convert 20 centimeters to inches. Convert 20 centimeters to inches. Is there room in the back? You can, whatever you want to do. 10A, convert 20 centimeters to inches. D, do you want to try this one? No. Anybody want to try this one with me? Kanan. All right, so what do we put in our first box? Okay. Now, are you one of these people that must have a 1 down here, or are you okay with not having a 1? Okay. All right, so in the next box, we need to get rid of centimeters and we need inches. So where would you put centimeters? In the denominator or in the numerator? In the numerator or in the denominator? Very good. And indeed, that will help you cross out centimeters. And where do you put inches? All right. Now, for the last questions, we had King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. For these questions, you will have a special section on your best friend's butt, which can be found at around 7 o'clock. Do you see it? Metric English conversions. You see it, Kanan? 7 o'clock. There, good. Do you see the conversion of centimeters to inches? Ah. So as long as you put down the right numbers, you're going to be fine. So Kanan, that's it. 20 divided by 2.54. Why don't you come up here and grab my calculator? Come grab my calculator. I have some calculators here if anybody wants to come and borrow them. Yes. Yes. Okay, what we're going to talk about tomorrow is something called significant digits. And basically, the answer is no, don't go crazy with those digits. So, however many digits they give you, usually the number of decimal places, give it back to them in that same number of decimal places. So, since in this question you have one decimal place, so make sure that when you get a final answer, it's in one decimal place as well. Canaan, 20 divided by 2.54. Sure, why not? Okay, here's your problem. The instrument that you originally used to measure centimeters could measure to what place? The tenths place. So, is it possible to then convert it to inches in such a way that you are measuring to the 1 billionth place? No, no. So your answer, no matter what the calculator tells you, I don't care what the calculator tells you, your answer should reflect how precise your original answer was. So since your original answer could only go to the tenth place, then this can only go to the tenth place. Now you're going to have to round up or down. So the answer is 7.9 what? Very good, Canaan. 7.9 inches. So are those harder or easier than the SI to SI? Okay, so D wants to do the next one. Yes, you do, D. Yes, you do. All right. Any questions? All right, I'll give you a second to copy down 10B. Convert 35.0 liters to quarts. Madeline, there should be space in the back of the notes if you want to keep it all in the notes. On the back page? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. This is for you. All right, D, you got it? My man D. Okay, what goes in the first box? 35.0 liters, right? Okay, in the next box, you've got a numerator and denominator. What goes where? What unit goes where? No, what unit goes where? Let's just deal with units right now. Very nice. Now, is this SI to SI or is this metric to English? D's helping. Metric to English or SI to SI? All right, which means there should be a chart, 7 o'clock, that tells you this conversion. What is it? That's it. We're done. Liters cross out. So 35.0 times 1.057. Somebody with a calculator. Elaine? What does the calculator tell you? Very good. And how many decimal places, D, should you have it in? Well, the calculator tells you that it's to the thousands. Your original measurement was to the, sir, what is that? What place is that? Tenths. Okay, so we need to get 36.995 to the tenths place. And here's our problem. That rounds up the 9 to a 10, and that means that the 10 rounds up the 6 to a, so D, 37.0. Is that your final answer? No, because we don't like naked numbers here. Quarts. D, nailed it. 37.0 quarts. How we doing? Yes. Thank you for volunteering to do the next one. I appreciate you. Yes, for those of you who are online and can't see it, Chris was holding his hand up, actually holding both hands up like this to tell me that he was very enthusiastically volunteering for this next one. What goes in the first box, Chris? Okay, so where do we put the units here? Where do we put kilometers and miles? Who goes on top? Who goes in the bottom? I don't know. Let's see what happens. So kilometers goes on the bottom, which means kilometers cross out. You chose well. This is SI to SI or English to SI? So it should be down that chart. What is that conversion? Mr. Chris, where's your badge? Why is it around your neck? Thank you, sir. All right, 30.5 divided by 1.609. Use your calculator. Chris, go. Waiting, 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 waiting. Is that correct? They'll agree? No, he multiplied instead of dividing. Is it in the correct number of digits? Very nice. Good job, Chris. It's not rounded correctly. What does the calculator tell you, Chris? 18.95. Ah. Good thing I haven't said your last name, because people 10 years from now are going to be wondering, who was this Chris? Nope, not going to say the last name. Hush. All right. Cassidy, thank you so much for volunteering to do the next one. This is the last one. All right, so Cassidy needs to convert from ounces to grams. 800 ounces to grams. So, Cassidy, what goes in the first box? Very nice. Okay, and our units, where do we put them so that ounces crosses out and we end up with grams? Okay, so if this is SI to SI, then we need King Henry. If this is English to SI, then we need that chart. English, okay, then find on that English chart, 7 o'clock, find the conversion of ounces to grams. Point zero what? What? Which one is 0.035? 0.035 ounces to 7 ounces to how many grams? Very nice. So here we go. Cassidy, 800 divided by 0.05. 800 divided by 0.03527 ounces. Go, Cassidy. Okay, this measuring device could not measure to any decimal, so what should we have on our final answer? Should only be without any decimal places, right? And you can't round up, so we're fine. Good job, Cassidy. How do you feel? Sad?
Yeah.
Terrible? Bored? Okay. Well, since you're bored, let's do some